Que pasa, cabrón? So you finally convinced your crush to go on a date with you. You get so amped up, you get so excited that you start watching every top 10 mistakes to avoid on the first date video that you possibly can. So you meet up with her, you're all ready for this date, you start talking a little bit and you start implementing everything that you've seen in these videos. You're holding eye contact with her, maybe a little bit too much, and everything seems to be going well because she's smiling and being so nice to you, right? Like, that must mean she likes you. Afterwards, you decide to text her, like, wow, this is the best time of my life. I think you're so perfect. You're just such an amazing girl. I can see the rest of my life with you, blah, blah, blah. Hours go by. And no reply. No reply at all. But you've seen that she's been active on Instagram, so you know she's active, so you know she's seen your text, but why hasn't she responded? Maybe you should text again, blah, blah, blah. Then finally, she sends you another text. But unfortunately for you, it's this big novel, so you're kind of hopeful maybe she's something positive. But then you start reading it, and she said that you were the most weird and creepy guy that she's ever met in her entire life. There will be no second date, and then she blocks you. But what happened? You made sure to do everything right, everything that the videos told you. Why did she block you? My name's Blake, and I'm gonna teach you how to actually be unforgettable on a date and what is actually going to make her like you. First things first is gonna be kind of obvious, but a lot of the details go overlooked, and that is going to be how you present yourself. It's gonna start with your clothes, because I've seen a lot of people, even in like job interviews or anything, go to like a job interview or a date in like sweatpants and slides and stuff like that, but you cannot be doing that. Now, you don't have to be all super dressed up unless the occasion calls for it, but you need to actually like have on a nice outfit and actually have something on that looks good. This doesn't mean you need to have on this like a bunch of fancy brand names and stuff like that. This is actually more so about just keeping it simple, basic, but how everything actually fits rather than what brand it is or anything like that. Which the main thing that's gonna help with this is gonna be the gym. If you have a good physique, then you're naturally just gonna fill out your clothes a lot better and you're gonna look a lot better in clothes regardless of how the cut is, you know what I'm saying? So if you can just get a couple basics down and get a few clothes that actually fit nice, then you're just gonna be so much better off in the long run. Like what I got on right now, this is something that I'd wear on a date. This is something that I have worn on a date. You know, like with my current girlfriend, I wore this on one of our first dates because it's a simple outfit, but it's very nice and I look really good in it. And you know, it's just a simple black tee that fits really good, fits my frame really good, some blue jeans, and then what truly separates the boys from the men is instead of your Jordans, some boots, bro. But seriously, having stuff like that, you know, something a man would actually wear rather than like being like a sneakerhead and stuff like that with all the Jordans and stuff, is just gonna make you far more attractive. It just looks 10 times better. You look more mature, more, well, frankly, just like a man, like actually an attractive human being. But you don't want to keep it basic, looking like your average Joe Schmo that still wears clothes that his mom got him from Kohl's. So you need to accessorize a little bit and show off that, you know, like you're kind of that guy. Like you got a little bit of swag to you, you know what I'm saying? And you know, you can keep it simple for accessories. Like I just got on, like, you know, the chains like right here. These are pretty nice. They look nice. It's going to be a conversation piece because girls are going to want to know like what the pendant is or something like that. If you have a pendant on yours, like my girl asked me that stuff and it just looks so much more sexy. Then I got on just some bracelets, you know, this one that my girl made me, and this one just un regalo de mi suegra. You know, it was a gift, and this one was also a gift from my girlfriend as well. So, you know, I'm covered in the love today, as you can see. But seriously, like, it'll just make the outfit go from, you know, basic and simple and plain to just like elevate it. I don't know how to explain it, to elevate your status a little bit just because it looks nice. So I definitely invest in, at least if I were to like get the first accessories I needed, I definitely invest in some chains and a watch first, then get some bracelets or stuff if you can. And you know, it depends on the occasion that you're going for or like where you're going, but on a date, that's definitely going to add to the appeal. And then you just need to take care of your basic hygiene. So like shower before the date, brush your teeth, rinse your teeth with mouthwash and shit like that. But also something that you probably didn't think of is cologne. You need to actually smell really good. So yeah, the shower and stuff is nice, but if you actually like, everybody showers and all that, hopefully before a date, hopefully. But if you really want to step it up and you really want to like maximize your appeal, then you need to get a little bit of cologne, because girls are going to absolutely go crazy for this. They're going to love your scent. They're going to remember it if you pick out a nice one. And I'm going to kind of gatekeep mine, but I will just real quick show you my favorite date night colognes. Bam. So if you saw those and you can figure out what those are, then I definitely recommend those. Those are like phenomenally smelling date night colognes, definitely my go-tos. And then your presentation of yourself just comes down to your body language, because you know that's just going to present whether you're confident or not. And if you're following all these steps and you're taking care of yourself, you're a man on self-improvement, all these things, then you're just going to give that confident body language just naturally, as long as you're taking care of yourself and you know you put in your best effort for this date. So then you just need to remember that and like be more confident in yourself, and then your body language is going to reciprocate that and reflect that. The next thing you need to do is to stop overthinking. It may be easier said than done, but it's really a problem in how the date's actually going to go for you, because you're going to be too busy in your own head that it's going to make you come across as needy and desperate. Then it's just not going to be enjoyable for either of you, because you're just too busy thinking about all these different things rather than actually like just having fun, which that's what a date is supposed to be. Like when you fall in love with a person, it's supposed to be somebody that you can have fun with, not just somebody that you're all like serious and anxious around. You need to just let go and let the chips fall where they may. You know, you're overthinking because your mind is so dependent on the outcome that you want this girl to like you and everything, and you're starting to validation seek from her, and that's just going to be like repulsive. But you need to just let go and let things happen. Like whatever happens, happen. If she likes you, great. If she doesn't, perfect, fine, whatever, because you'll just move on with your life. The sun will still rise and set, you know. You can't be too dependent on what's going to happen. You need to just let things be and just be there present on the date. Which that's another thing, is you're spending so much time like worrying about if she likes you or not and making her like you, that you haven't thought to yourself, do you actually like this person? Like you should be searching for compatibility, not just for the validation from her. You should be asking yourself things like, oh, well, I'm a man on self-improvement. I'm working towards a better life for myself. Is this the kind of girl that I can build my future around and I can actually like provide for? Or is this somebody I even actually like? You're not asking yourself these questions. You're too busy overthinking. But if you start doing that, then you're going to start to have that more kind of like just genuine response to the date, rather than just overthinking if she actually likes you. Which the next thing kind of goes hand in hand is just simply being authentic. You don't want to go on a date and just like do all these different tactics that you heard in all these different videos in order to just get this girl to like you, and then maybe you get into a relationship with her and later down the line you kind of start to see the cracks and the facade starts to go away, because you started to be this character rather than actually be yourself and do what you were actually interested in for yourself. So what you need to do, and the advice is kind of stupid, because like you hear people tell you all the time, oh, just be yourself. This doesn't mean like, oh, don't work towards like your self-improvement, don't try to be more masculine, all these things. This just means be authentic to your true interests and desires. If you think something is funny, then laugh at it or tell that joke, and don't be afraid. Like if she doesn't think it's funny, then maybe you guys just aren't compatible, because again, you got to search for compatibility, not just somebody you think is beautiful or something like that, because you want the girl to actually like you for your genuine self, not just somebody that you pretend to be. And this also goes hand in hand with where you choose to take her on the first date, because a lot of people will end up just like looking up first dates. Oh, I need to go here, I need to go to this restaurant, I need to go blah blah blah. But if that's not something you do, like say you're on a diet, for example, maybe you're not going to take her to a restaurant. Then maybe you'll do something else, something that you actually want to do. Like when you're taking her out, the vibe needs to be that, oh, I want to go see this movie, for instance, and she just happens to be going along with me as part of the date, rather than like, oh, I want to take her here just because that'll probably impress her and then she'll like me if I really take her here. Make it something that you actually want to do, that you'd actually be interested in, and that you'd actually have fun with, rather than something that you think she would like just because she would like it, you know? Which, bonus psychology tip, if you take her somewhere, like let's use this for instance, if you take her somewhere like the movies and then to a restaurant, and then, you know, maybe back to your house or something like that, the more places you go in one night, the more it kind of creates this connection with each other mentally, psychologically, because it feels like you've done more. It feels like you've known each other for longer. So if you can go to multiple places, then it will actually strengthen your connection a lot faster. So you can do this with the first date. Again, using the example, like maybe you guys go to get some food and then go to a movie afterwards, and then go maybe to like a park or your house afterwards or something like that. That is how you build a connection a little bit stronger with a little bit of psychology, you know what I'm saying? But those are just a few tips to make you have a phenomenal first date. And even though courses aren't essential, I do have a looks matching course that has a bonus dating module. It covers a bunch of this stuff, linked in the description below. So if you want to check it out, you can. It would be a phenomenal tool for you to use if this is something that you struggle with. But with that being said, remember, be better than you were yesterday.